Hi, how are you? I hope everybody's doing well. Let's talk about scripture. The scripture readings this weekend have been taken from the book of Jonah, the first letter to the Corinthians, and the Gospel of Mark. And in them, we're invited to follow Jesus by trusting him. Trusting is a difficult thing. When we face in life new situations, new projects, new challenges, it's hard for us. And we think about what it's going to take from us to overcome it, to face it. If we have the right personality, the right character, the right knowledge and resources to face all these things that we face as human beings. Maybe it's a new job, a new school, a new city, right? We think about our part of the commitment, our investment. And if we think like this, surely we could think that it's also difficult to follow Jesus. Because we think about what we have to offer God, what we have to offer Jesus. And we think about our strength and our knowledge and our capacity and our resources. But following Jesus, rather than all that, is about how much we trust him. And following God challenges us. It takes us to the uncomfortable corners of our being. Knowing these make us cautious. And we have to admit, sometimes scare us and intimidate us. The readings this weekend present us the moment that several believers follow God. We see Jonah, we see Andrew, Simon, James, and John. But their story didn't start right there. I would rather like us to contemplate for a moment and imagine how they got there, how they got to the moment to relent themselves and follow God. We know, for example, very well the story of Jonah. We know that he didn't always feel confident about following the Lord. Jonah doubted his strength, his capacity, his knowledge, his ability to do what God asked him to do. He thought it was too big of a task. Jonah resisted the voice of the Lord. He fled, and a whale catch him, brought him back. And he fled because he thought that what the Lord was asking, it was impossible. And we all identify with Jonah because at one point in our lives, we also have doubted about ourselves, about our capacity to surpass challenges, to face new situations and problems. However, when the Lord calls us, it is his strength and his word that works through us. The brothers, Andrew, Simon, James, and John, also had a path to get to trust Jesus. It was not a momentary, impulsive thing. They already had heard of Jesus. They shared time with him before. They believed the message of John the Baptist. But the moment in which they left that fishing boat and their nets on the shore and followed Jesus, it was an act of trust, of faith. But they didn't do it out of impulse. They thought about it. They didn't leave their families without resources, care for. They had people that they trust, workers, including their father to help them with the fishing business. So, following Jesus, more than something that we do out of impulse, is something that we discern. The first thing that God asks from us is to get him to know him better. May we be sure who God is. And there, by knowing God, is where trust is born. Trusting him is an important thing. Faith is born. Because trust and faith help us remove the fear that we could have and answers that we need to respond the call. Responding to God's voice entails discernment. It is really God who's asking me this, or is my own ambitions, ideas, or I have self-imposed limitations. Discernment helps us measure our ideas, thoughts, emotions, feelings, and help us put them to a test. It involves contemplating how our decisions may affect others. And once we have put ourselves through that test of discernment, we gain the confidence and the peace that we need to move on and to say yes to the Lord and follow him. That while we give our best with care, with love, we know that in every challenge, task, or project, it is God himself who is working through us. He's in charge. And we may be able, finally, by trusting him, following him. May God bless you all, and let us be saints.